Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here, and our first story today comes from the well-known Twitch streamer Sweet Anita. And she actually a couple months ago had some issues with the stalker. She talked about this on her stream. Just watch this.
So, I had a stalker. They've been stalking me for quite a few months, actually. They've been coming to my house. They've been sleeping pretty much in my backyard, watching the house, and the other day, some shopkeepers had to intervene and kind of hold him back while he chased after me, because he waited outside my house, followed me into a shop, then waited for me outside the shop, and when I told him to leave me alone and asked if he had a knife, he didn't respond. When I said, "Are you going to let me walk home alone?" he said yes, and then when I went across the road, he started chasing, and two guys ran out of the shop and grabbed him, and then grabbed hold of the gate to another area of town, and so I went through the gate, and they held it closed so that he couldn't pass them and continue to follow me. It's not the worst thing he's done. He has actually physically assaulted me. They said they were going to press charges for stalking. They took it to court in a day, so they held him overnight. And then the next day, I think they held him again. So I think they had him for 2 days because they kept him until the court date because they wanted to press charges for stalking. They pressed charges for stalking. He's been banned from visiting my town. So he's going to be escorted back to his guest house to collect his things. And then he has to just stay out of town and find somewhere new to stay, because he's been sleeping in guest houses around my area within 10-minute walk of my house. And every time the police caught him, he'd change to a new guest house so they wouldn't know where to find him if he'd left before the police arrived. And so he was just floating around.
So she tweeted out back in April saying, "Yesterday I got a call. He has been arrested and convicted of stalking. He's been told to pack his things and is banned from entering my town. There is a restraining order and a suspended sentence of 2 months in prison. I really hope that he honors this and I will finally be safe." So she posted this back in April, and it seemed like she didn't have any other big issues with him until just yesterday. And she responded to this tweet saying, "He didn't honor the restraining order. This means I can't make this morning's stream. Sorry everyone, I'm okay. I'll just be really busy sorting things with the police." So apparently the stalker is still going after Anita here, and she actually posted a comment from him on her last stream, and he said here, "I'll kill you soon. Not with the cheap kitchen knife I had last time. No, I'm going to bring something special for you." So this guy's actively trying to harm this Twitch streamer here. I mean, it's absolutely insane. These are real legit threats coming out from this dude, and she responded saying, "He stated this publicly last stream. Last time he left messages like this, he sat outside my house waiting for me to come out all day, then followed me to a shop. When I asked if he was armed, he silently smirked and then chased me. 2 men had to grab him so that I could escape." So this completely blew up over Twitter, and she actually decided to contact the police about this. She says, "I showed the police this screenshot. They have his details and know what he has done to me. They said they might be able to chat to me about it tomorrow." The streamer Mr. Greggles responded here saying, "This is evidence of murderous intent. Enough with his previous offenses as backup to lock him up. I really hope the police finally do something permanent and put him away." Now Anita responds saying, "Honestly, I reported him for a very serious assault. I had a witness. They did nothing. He slept behind my house for the evening and rang my doorbell for hours. It took them months to act, and it was only after the shop incident he wasn't even charged for the rest." So despite contacting the police about this, Anita is still extremely scared for her life. She says, "The sad thing is, I've had this happen before, even before streaming, and I know he won't be the last. I'm exasperated. No matter how extreme the situation, the response has always been the same. They log it and do nothing, and I feel helpless. If anything happens to me, I really hope that I'm the last canary in the coal mine. The law needs to change. No job should have such a high risk of rape, assault, or death, especially not live streaming." So this is a very serious situation coming out here from Anita, and honestly, I don't know what we can do in this situation other than just show our support with her online, because it looks like she's already contacted the authorities about this for months now. Now our next story today comes from Jake Paul. So Jake Paul has been in a lot of controversy recently because yesterday he decided to throw a huge house party in a mansion in California, okay? Now there was a lot of people here, and no one was wearing a mask, and obviously we're in the middle of a pandemic, so this made a lot of people in the neighborhood concerned about this, and even the mayor was outraged. A Fox News reporter tweeted here saying, the mayor of Calabasas and neighbors tell me they're outraged after they said that the YouTube celebrity Jake Paul threw a massive party at his mansion on Saturday. They call it irresponsible, selfish, and say it's businesses and workers who pay the price for this with lockdowns. Several frustrated neighbors contacted me this morning and shared their own videos of the party. Calabasas' mayor tells me that she's working with the Lost Hills Sheriff Station to ensure a zero tolerance policy on house parties from now on. No more warnings. Now our next story today comes from a very well-known poker vlogger on YouTube. This guy's name is Ryan DePaulo. Okay, he has a pretty big YouTube channel, and he ended up recently actually winning a ton of money. Okay, so he was playing in this poker tournament. He won. He got $159,000 from it, and he also won a World Series of Poker bracelet, which is extremely valuable, and also it's just very respected among the poker community here. And the crazy part about this whole situation is that he won all of this money in a parking lot in his own car here, and he had an insane reaction. Just watch this.
Fucking God. Oh my fucking God, yo. Oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my fucking God, bro. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. I'm a legend. Sorry.
Now our next story today comes from Twitter. So it looks like a lot of people's Twitter accounts have been getting hacked, and they've been posting this Bitcoin scam. The YouTuber Showonhead tweeted out here saying apparently a bunch of accounts are getting hacked and posting a Bitcoin scam. Incredible. Showing here that people like Bill Gates, Joe Biden, Jeff Bezos, all of these huge people on Twitter have been getting their accounts hacked, and they were posting a scam here. So then you had many YouTubers that were getting hacked as well, and they were posting this to their Twitter accounts, and MrBeast posted this to his Twitter account, and this was very scary because a lot of his fans thought this was completely real, because it was like something that MrBeast would do, you know, giving back to his fans. So they thought that this was a real thing that he posted. Chris from MrBeast's crew tweeted out here saying Jimmy's Twitter was hacked. The Bitcoin scam that was tweeted on the MrBeast account was fake. The tweet has since been deleted. Remember, we will never ask you to send us money, and please watch for scammers. Now our next story today comes from the massive YouTuber known as Pretty Boy Fredo. Now, this guy has millions of subscribers, and recently he decided to do a meetup in New York City, okay? He got tons of his viewers together. They all came together in a large crowd in the middle of New York City.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Hey, real king shit! Real king shit! Real king shit! Yeah!
The thing is Pretty Boy Fredo just made a video only a couple weeks ago saying here that he tested positive for the coronavirus, okay? So he himself claimed here that he had COVID-19. People then started to take videos of Fredo at this meetup where he actually took his mask off in front of this huge crowd, and you had lots of other people not wearing masks either, which was very scary stuff because he was in the middle of New York City here doing this. I mean, it made people feel like he was just endangering a lot of people's lives in this situation. So a lot of YouTubers criticized Fredo for this. The YouTuber Ticino responded here saying, this got to be the worst thing Fredo has done so far in his career. I usually don't mind his antics, but this indirectly can mess up so many lives with COVID-19. So Fredo was getting a ton of hate for hosting this meetup, especially a couple weeks after he had COVID-19, and for not wearing his face mask and for doing a lot of other careless things during this meetup. Now Fredo decided to apologize for this yesterday on his channel, and this is what he had to say. Just watch this.
Now, the reason why I decided that, okay, this event might be cool to do is because New York City, they're in their phase 3 of reopening the city. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things are opening up here. You know, things are almost, you know, getting back to normal. So I felt like, all right, if we're, you know, getting back to normal, this should be okay. But nonetheless, I was wrong. You know, people make mistakes. I think a lot of people think that YouTubers are robots and, hi, I'm gonna do this so perfect. Like, that's not how it works. We're human beings. We made a mistake, and yesterday I wholeheartedly made a mistake, and I apologize for that.
Now our next story today is going to be yet another follow-up to the DrDisrespect situation. I'm sure you guys know that a couple weeks ago the massive Twitch streamer DrDisrespect was permanently banned on Twitch, and obviously this left a lot of people wondering what happened to get him permanently banned. Well, we don't know so far, but it turns out that just yesterday Doc actually decided to take out his Twitch channel out of his bios on both Instagram and Twitter. That's right, he took this out of his bio and he put his YouTube channel in there instead. So people are asking, is DrDisrespect moving over to YouTube? And then actually Tim the Tatman, one of Doc's good friends, went on his stream yesterday and said this.
There's a lot of Doc refugees here, I'm sure, for now. So, you know, appreciate you hanging out, chat. You guys are welcome here.
for now. Oh God, dude, here we go, dude. Dude, don't even clip it. It wasn't a breadcrumb. I don't know anything, dude. Oh my God, please. No, I'm serious, dude. Like, it wasn't a breadcrumb. It wasn't a breadcrumb. It wasn't. I don't know anything. I don't. Oh my God, I'm getting like colored. Stop!
So this left a lot of people asking if Doc is really going to be moving to YouTube or what's really happening with Doc right now. And Slasher tweeted this out. He says, just to be absolutely clear, Tim the Tatman nor Nick Merckx have spoken to Doc since the ban. And to my knowledge, no other streamer has either. Y'all are misinterpreting clips. Likewise, Doc has not responded to half a dozen personal requests of my own to speak since the ban. Now, the well-known Twitch streamer Hassan talked to Slasher on a stream just yesterday, and they talked about the DrDisrespect ban here, and Slasher claims here that YouTube has not talked with DrDisrespect about a contract yet.
Movement is to try to give him more negotiation power because Twitch and YouTube do not want to fucking go into the insane bidding war that happened.
Yeah, didn't you say that YouTube is not going to engage in a bidding war before?
Twitch is the one less likely. YouTube also feels like it's in a pretty good position right now, but Ninja and Shroud are still the top free agents in the West, and they are still talking to both of them.
And DrDisrespect.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like, YouTube is not talking to DrDisrespect. That discussion, as I can confirm, that's not has happened.
Okay, so it looks like Doc is not getting a contract with YouTube, but he still might be moving to YouTube to live stream. We're not entirely sure yet, but during Hassan's live stream with Slasher, he noticed that he had 15 members of Twitch's staff in his chat while he was streaming. So you had tons of Twitch's own staff members watching the stream, looking at what Hassan and Slasher were saying here. Now, Slasher also claims here on the stream that Twitch is actually investigating their internal team, trying to figure out who is his source and who is leaking all this information to the public.
And that is going to put some people, I wouldn't say they're in danger, but they're definitely, they could be compromised if I put out some information that could be brought back to certain people. Like, I can say, from what I've heard, Twitch has been doing a massive internal investigation since everything happened the day that I reported that DrDisrespect was permanently banned. So
Twitch isn't revealing any. The only thing we've learned from today is what it isn't. And what it isn't is not like a platform move. It's definitely not that. It's not something like a platform move, or it's not something like scamming a platform. And it is like a severe. There is like relatively a severe criminal element, severe enough that they would take action in this way, and severe enough that you're afraid of potential legal repercussions if you were to publish it without any sort of legal backing. That's the only thing we've learned.
Yeah, I think that's been a pretty good.
And that's like, I mean, people are fucking freaking out because they expected you to just like reveal this information, which
I didn't though. I even tweeted that I would talk about the fucking process.
Okay, so as of right now, we know that Doc's ban is not tied to him moving to another platform. We know that his ban isn't tied to a lot of other things that people have been saying. But as of right now, it does seem like Doc could have done something very bad, and that's why Twitch ended up banning him. I mean, really, that seems like it's the only explanation at this point, but I hope that's not the case. Now, our next story today comes from the YouTuber and streamer known as the Syndicate Project. Now, Syndicate recently was accused of doing some awful things. So Syndicate then came out with a statement here where he denies the accusations and he says that they were complete lies. But it looks like Syndicate has in fact come back and has started gaming recently. That's right, he showed up in Captain Sparkle's recent stream on his Twitch channel.
Just,
Are you there? Oh, you are there?
yeah, I'm here.
Jordan!
Been a while. Where's your gear, huh?
Oh my god, dude, I missed you so much.
Now, our next story today comes from the YouTuber known as Chris Raygun. Now, Chris tweeted this out yesterday. He says, I've critiqued plenty of people throughout my time on YouTube, but never did it even cross my mind to be this sociopathically petty to the people I've criticized. I don't really know who Nick is, but he sent this to a friend of mine, and honestly, it's just unhinged. So Chris shows a DM here from a YouTuber known as Nicholas Diorio. So Nicholas Diorio is an up-and-coming commentary YouTuber, and he makes a lot of videos on big YouTubers and other people in the community where he criticizes them and sometimes he'll make jokes about them. And Nick decided to DM one of the people that he made a video on a couple months ago. Okay, so he made a video on this guy a couple months ago, and he DM'd him saying, "Hey man, I know we've had our ups and mostly downs, but I sincerely wanted to thank you. With the money I've made absolutely trashing your reputation, I have been able to purchase a gaming PC capable of playing Cyberpunk on max settings, the way the developers meant for it to be played. Thank you. I'll let you know how it goes." So the YouTuber who Nick is DMing here is known as Bunty King. Okay, Bunty was a well-known YouTuber, and Nick made a video on him a couple months ago where he talked trash on him, he criticized him, and what he says smeared his reputation. And because of this, he's claiming he made so much money off of these videos that he has made enough money to buy an expensive gaming PC, and he decided to DM this to the person he made this video on, just pretty much going after them even more. Now the YouTuber Susie Lou responded here saying, "Hey Team YouTube, how are you getting on demonetizing these drama channels? Maybe we can add Nick's to the long list currently under review." So the YouTuber Susie Lou just popped up out of nowhere here, and she is actually going after Nick, trying to get his channel demonetized. So you have a lot of people on Twitter that were coming out and defending Nick here, saying that this was just a joke and this is how Nick is, and that people shouldn't take it too seriously. Now Muda from Someone Or a Gamer responded here saying, "I don't really know this whole situation. Bunty King has been good to me in DMs, and recently we chatted about futures. He's getting his shit together and I'm proud of him. Best that both sides just go their own ways. I also dislike financial situations used against each other." Now our next story today comes from the big streamer Valkyrie. Now Valkyrie recently tweeted this out. She says, "I want to apologize to anyone who I've ever been toxic to in a game. Some players are so damn mean and I get triggered even if I pretend I don't. I've used success as a rebuttal to rude and sexist comments in a game. I don't ever want to stoop down to that level again. I'm guilty. I'm sorry. I've done this a couple times off stream and it feels like I'm defending myself, but in reality I'm just being a loser right back. It's difficult just taking it, controlling my emotions, and also trying to win this stupid game. I want to be above it, so I'll work on it." Ninja responded here saying, "I think everybody and every gamer has been toxic at least once, whether they are trolling or not for content as well. And when it comes to actually getting triggered or pissed off by a complete douche who sometimes has no reason to, it is hard to not boast your accomplishments." And that's it for our video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you later. Peace.